Hi, my name is Robert Wurstel. I just wanted to show you this system that I found out, recently uncovered. I call it the diamond system just because of its shape. What we have is 7 points that are interrelated, and they work together as a system, which are applicable not just to personal life, but to building a business and to marketing, and that will scale with any size business. And this is why I wanted to tell you about this, get it out of my head and let you play with it. Now, you got purpose, community leading, social syndicating, content publishing, product releasing, delivering, list building, right? That's fine. Let's go over what they actually are and how they relate to each other. Purpose, you start off with what you're most fascinated with, what you're most interested in, what appeals to you most, what you could do all day long and you could talk about endlessly. If you go down that view, whether it's playing baseball, golf, or tennis, whether it's farming, or it's drawing pictures, or buying and selling stocks in the stock exchange, right? It's whatever really gets you going, whatever gets you excited and keeps you there, right? Whatever gets you into the zone. This is your purpose. You isolate that, and you'll improve your life 1,000% if you just narrow down to that point. But you have to know this before you're going to be able to build or expand any business. And any business can be revived by just straightening out what its purpose. Covey used to talk about this the mission statement, that they would get together, a company together, and they would take time to write this all out till they all agreed on what their mission statement was. And at that point, you had a smoothly running organization because all their actions could be compared against the mission statement or the purpose, and then they would resolve any problem, any situation, right? This is key. Now, down from this, these center three here is what I term value, right? The basic core of this is you have a purpose, a value, and a product. And those three together will push you somewhere, wherever you want to go, if you got your purpose straight, right? All of marketing is finding and developing a community which you can deliver a value to, or a product or service, right? These three here determine the value. Let's go over these three. This list building, in personal terms, this would be your address book, the people you know, you talk to every day, the people that are willing to accept communication from you. Over here is the wider network of people. Say you go to a church. Well, you don't know everybody. You don't have everybody's phone number in the church necessarily, right? But out of that group, or a social club of any type, you'd have a lot of people that know about you and that you could send stuff to if you want to. These like Facebook, Twitter, your followers and stuff. Well, that is a mix of these two because you do have their addresses, right? But you only have their Twitter name or their Facebook name. In list building, you have their actual email address where you can personally talk to them one-on-one. This is the broader thing of all the social group. Content, all the internet is built on valuable information readily exchanged, right? Content, this is where SEO lives, because all they're trying to do, all the search engines are trying to do, is to duplicate human behavior and provide people what they want. This is the same thing. Purpose is to analyze and organize the information on the internet, and you deliver some sort of value to them, the information they want at the appropriate way they want it, right? And this is why search engines have gone on to not just text files, which is where the whole thing started with. And that's what all SEO really is based on, is to convert everything that on the page into words so search engines can digest it, right? But in the value of this thing is people like it as videos, or they like it as images, or they like it as PDFs, as doc files, or they like it as straight text, or they like it as just audio, or they like to shop, which is a combination of those. But these things are all, this is the universal search that Google has now and that the others have adopted. All these things can be utilized and valuable as content. But content publishing is from your purpose, something you could talk about all the day, generating this content and giving in a format that's readily available, and then you can syndicate it and you can build a list from it. But this whole point is, when you have your purpose, back from your purpose, what you're trying to get done, you push out this content, you're constantly talking about this stuff, out to the network, the broader people, and some of those will actually want to hear from you directly, and you'll collect their identities. This is the value. This is how you can continue to increase the value of whatever you're delivering. Now, what you're delivering is going to be, again, based on your purpose, on what you're trying to accomplish, where you're going, your ongoing river of interest, as Earl Nightingale said it. So these three allow you to figure out how to best deliver the value that you're supposed to be delivering in order to achieve or further this purpose. Now, initially these 5 points were all there was, but then I saw further that there was other areas started coming up when I was researching this down this line that actually amplified or clarified exactly what was happening. One of these was this community leading, right? Now, Mike Dillard, for one, is a key point, and other people, this attraction marketing stuff is all about how leaders lead, followers follow, right? As people will run as long as you're chasing them. Most sales concepts are chasing after people who never express an interest in the product. So they keep running as long as you keep chasing, right? However, Dillard, studying marketing and how people respond, really pushes this point of leading. Go out there and be the leader, and people will come to you. And then you're able to collect their identities and so on and so forth. And you'll see his whole group, or any online or affiliate or other sales stuff, is really following this. You have leaders, you have product leaders, community leaders that are out there going after, just following their purpose, following their bliss, and letting people know about it. This leads the whole community. Marketing is really just finding the community that already has a common problem or common situation, and you're giving the solution to them for that. But you have to find this community. Once you find the community, which has your social networks, it has existing content about the problem, and it has identities waiting to be captured. You find the community, and then you take over the lead of that community, or you become one of their community leaders. In this case, you're just constantly publishing content out to the network, syndicating it out to the network, and meanwhile collecting people that want more information about that. This is how you increase the value of whatever you're delivering. All you're doing is delivering the solutions you've already found for this community's problem, right? A market is a community. Down here, product releasing. This is also known as product launches or joint venture events, product events, release events. What this is, and you'll see that with any seminar, any webinar, any sort of movie that comes out, it becomes an event. If the product is released, it's an action point of taking all this data that you know, all your research, all your surveys and everything that you've figured out to follow this line, and you're putting it into a product release as an event. But this has a two-way street on it, right? Jeff Walker, you follow him, he'll tell you what you have to do is survey your public, survey the people that are on your list, survey the people, the network, the social network, then find out what they want. Then you develop your product based on what they want and then deliver it. And that's the whole point of it. But this action step fits right in between your servicing and finding and servicing your community which aligns to your own interests and your own purposes, right? Or goals. So this then becomes, once you have that established, then you can deliver it. And in the delivery, you'll find people, this pushes into this because the list building pushes into this because as you do this, more and more people will get excited about it through the release and want to join your list so they can hear more specifically from you. So this delivery point is then going through and giving them the binders, the tapes, or the download that they want as in the format that they want, right? So that's delivery. And this is how these things all work together. Now again, all of these interact with each other. They all work together synchronously in a synchronized form and they influence the effectiveness of each other. The better the product release, the better homework you do here, the more valuable your solutions are, and however you narrow down to exactly the formats and the way that and the price that people want for this, are willing to give you for it and want in return, and you deliver that the way they want it, right? Then your product will increase. And this is what Jeff Walker found out. The more releases he did, the better, the bigger and bigger list that he built. More identities, more people wanted to know about his stuff, right? Now, delivering is also your product line. In any big corporation, you have a brand which is a set of different product, like Heinz 57. It's not just ketchup, right? But it's 57 varieties of things, right? You take any Dole is not just bananas. It's also pineapples. It's also other types of fruit juices. Coca-Cola is no longer one drink, right? This is the whole point. You have a product line. In Dillard's MLM, it's also it's called a funded proposal, right? In affiliate speak, it's called a sales funnel. But what it is a series of products that your list can be marketed to, and you can deliver to the stuff that they want, right? And this continuing thing down here, because you're pushing all the way down to this point, you'll then be able to re-exchange these with this list, because you're always constantly resurveying, re-releasing products, always improving. It's an action thing. That's why everything on this page is an ing. It's a verb form, right? Purpose is understood to be a verb, even though it has not that form, right? A purpose is not an achievable thing. It is something you constantly push. It's a drive. It's a flow. It's a zone you get into. A goal is achievable, but on any journey, it's the journey itself, not the goal, not where you arrive. That is where you get the greatest joy out of it, where you get the most fascination with it, right? So this is the whole point, where you have all these products. Now, at this point, this is not a static scene. What you want to do is you want to get your prospects to come in, people that are just interested in finding out about all. Then you turn them into customers. Then you turn them into clients, regularly buying materials. And clients are, as Jay Abraham goes, a two-way street, where you're constantly working to serve that client exactly what they need on a continuing basis. And then the clients then become so exhilarated about your delivery and your product and what you're doing that they become evangelists about the subject, right? And this is exactly where the flow. Then this thing starts all over, because you are aligning also with their purpose. And so they are then using these same lines to further on their own diamond, right? Because their list and their social syndication, their content publishing, to tell them all about what your product is. Now, for any individual, you don't have just one niche. They have hundreds of niches, if not thousands, right? So all these niches interact with each other, right? And this is the whole point where Jeff Walker's product launch comes in, because you have a lot of joint ventures, affiliates, where you joint venture with someone else. They have their own lists, and they say, hey, list, check out this product over here. And so then you exchange lists with different people. And so this grows bigger and bigger as more and more people find out about your thing. But the whole point of this is to give you one simple system. And again, put your own words on this. Figure this out. Draw this out for yourself. It may not be this way for you. I'm just telling you what I seem to find as recurring pattern, a recurring underlying system that I've got to tell you guys about and get it out of here, because I've never seen anybody explain it this way. And so I think this is pretty much a new description of an existing system that's older than time. So there you go. I call the diamond system because of the shape. You call it whatever you want, but I just want to let you have it. Do what you can. Let me know how you like it, and be blessed.